What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. How you guys feeling? My name is Micah. We're going to be speaking on the Virgos for this reading. See what the Virgos got. Alright, the first one we have is silence, right? So you might have been, people was probably trying to silence you. The reason why I'm smiling is because when I was talking, my device malfunctioned a little bit. And it was so funny because I was like, well, you know what? It's a device, so I can easily go back and redo it again. You know what I mean? So now I'm actually doing the video over again. And I just want to mention that because I've learned to not get discouraged when things don't go my way when it comes on to these devices and things like that. So in case you guys are starting a YouTube channel or are trying to start a business and things don't go your way the first time, just start over. Let me tell you something. The enemy does not like, and when I say the enemy, the negative spirits to try to stop you or prevent you from pursuing things. The enemy doesn't like when you continue to pursue it. Like when he malfunction, the enemy was expecting probably to me to just put it aside, quit. No, we're gonna start over. In fact, I wasn't even gonna try to BS edit the last video. We're just gonna start over until we get it right? But yeah, they might try to silence you. They might try to, distract you and things like that. Don't get silenced. And also make sure that you're also being quiet when you're around other people that don't necessarily want to see you grow and want to talk about you and things like that. So just keep that in mind, right? You guys was probably wondering, like, why am I smiling and stuff like that? But I'm happy I was able to. For the first time, actually, I did not get upset when that happened. Before I used to get upset. So we have accept God, right? God is an unimponent. The symbol expresses the deep faith the Achaeans have in the Supreme Being, right? Having faith is a belief system that actually encourages people. You ever see people that climb in mountains and they're like 3 days in and then they're broken legs and stuff, but they still have that belief that they can make it, so they still continue. People only continue things when they believe that it's possible, right? So having that belief system in the Lord, having a belief system in God, or whoever you see him as God, you could say Jah, you could say Allah, whoever you see him as the higher power, having that belief system in them and the morals and respects and principles help us to live our lives to the fullest, right? So just keep that in mind for my Virgos. They definitely want you guys to make sure you guys keep the faith in everything that you do, right? Alright, that's funny. I keep it going. That's hilarious. You live in abundance. You live in abundance has came out for you guys. So it's going to be many different things you can consider abundance. People consider financial gain abundance, but if you look right here, it's food, it's wealth, it's nutrition. See, one of the biggest things that I feel like we need to, me and my wife is actually having a conversation with this. I've actually used to be heavily into music. The reason why I prefer this over music, not to downplay music, but it's because I want to be able to use this information. I can go further with this. You know what I mean? I can teach more people. I feel a lot better. And everybody needs spirituality, whether they know it or not. You need spirituality in your life because it's a soul touching thing. It's something that's bigger than any sports events, bigger than any event that you do. Spirituality is within everything. It's within music. It's within playing sports. It's within everything. It's a belief system that encourages you to keep going. Now, when I'm bringing it back, we're going to talk about abundance, right? I've learned that abundance is far more than financial growth. It's far more than everything. In fact, there's a lot more to do with nutrition, your healing, coping, your coping mechanism, all of these stuff, like how you think, how you move, and all of that stuff is very abundantly. Even when it comes down to the higher power, not necessarily giving you what you want at the right time, but he's also protecting you from a lot of different things. He's also allowed you to come home safely, allowed you to wake up to see another day. Those are all things that are abundant, and I feel like we are moving in abundance, right? We are living in abundance because we are seeking out all these things in our lives that we have probably took for granted all this time. And I'm not a Virgo, but I say we as a collective because we've all been guilty of it at some given point, right? You don't know a rainy day until you you don't know a sunny day until you experience a rainy day. So for anybody that tells you they was always grateful, listen, at one point they was ungrateful and they realized that they realized how ungrateful they were, and that's why they're grateful today. So we all go through it. Don't feel bad about it. Speaking of feelings, feel in order to know, right? Some things you're going to have to necessarily go through it personally, like actually go through it to really understand what it really means. Everything I'm talking about, I've gone through it to some extent, or I've seen other people go through it, or I've witnessed other people go through it. And what I'm learning to do is, of course, learn from it, but not necessarily feeling like you gotta sometimes have to go through it. You know, we're not always gonna know everything, but if you do go through something that somebody else might have talked about, at least you understand it fully. You know what I mean? It's one thing to know and understand what's going on, but it's another thing to be relatable to it. You know, there's plenty of people that can relate to certain people because of something. Like, for an example, if I rode dirt bikes. No, let's say I know about dirt bikes. I know how they run. I know how they operate. But I've never touched a dirt bike, right? I just have knowledge on them. If you rode a dirt bike and you know how dirt bikes are, you will be more, you can understand my conversation, but you will relate more to somebody else that rode a dirt bike. You probably wouldn't relate more. I probably wouldn't be able to relate to you exactly if you're telling me about how you was hitting that dirt and you was going fast and dirt was hitting in your face, and I wouldn't probably relate to that. You was in the air, you did that one leg. I probably would never understand that. I probably would just know the science behind the dirt bike, but never really could relate to the feeling that you're trying to express to me. So sometimes we have to necessarily go through things to really understand is what I'm trying to get across to you guys, right? So next we have unleash your kindest selves. Throughout your life, you're going to be tested, trust me, negatively or positive. You're going to be tested to kind of give. And here's the thing, right? You can give. You can be kind to people. Just make sure that the people you're being kind to appreciate you. Now, this doesn't mean necessarily strangers, like straight strangers, where they don't have to bow down and kiss your feet if you give them $1, nothing like that. That's craziness. I'm not even talking about kids, because kids are not at the age where they, are going to probably show that compassion. I mean, some of them do, but most times you probably shouldn't be looking at from somebody. And you shouldn't be looking from somebody to be compassionate for what you did, because then that kind of messes up the energy. Because the energy is you're giving something, and you're not giving something in return for something great, but you're doing it out of the kindness of your heart. However, I will say this. There are people out in this world that will use you for that. And look at it this way, right? You might not think it's a big deal, but let's say you have $10 in your pocket. Instead of you giving it to this person that actually needs it, somebody came up to you and they're like, yo, like, I'm talking about somebody you didn't necessarily think needed it at first, right? This person's like, yo, I need $10. So you give me $10, right? Next time around, you notice that this person is kind of giving you, like blind eye, like, it's kind of not even respecting you. You know what I mean? Just doing the most, right? Then they try to come back and ask for another $10, or they feel like they're entitled to $10. Those type of people you don't want to keep helping, no matter how good it might seem like it is, because essentially you're taking energy that you could have granted to somebody else that actually would have needed it, and you're giving it to somebody that might need it, but they're not necessarily using it for the right causes. You know what I mean? And this doesn't necessarily mean somebody's buying beer or whatever. I'm talking about people that, just are just showing you nasty ways. You know what I mean? Especially if they're people that drain your energy. I've seen it all the time. People would hang around people, they'll drain their energy, they'll use people, they'll just suck them dry, right? And then they'll sit there and try to want more from them. How can you want something from somebody you already took? You know what I mean? Or you already took all the pockets already. They ain't got nothing to give, but you still entitled to it. So just be mindful of that whenever you're feeling like, well, I got to be a good person, things like that. Yes, but please hold that energy for somebody that genuinely deserves it, or that you feel genuinely deserves it. You start to feel iffy about this certain individual, you probably shouldn't. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. And it doesn't go for him. There's people that it doesn't matter who they are, right? Let me tell you something. Whether somebody's rich or poor, it doesn't matter. Like, somebody will still suck you dry before they use their coin. So just keep that in mind, right? Go deeper, right? Access your intuition, your true intuition, right? I'm learning to focus more on things that actually are going to benefit me throughout my life, right? I'm staying far away from all these people. Trust me when I tell you that. If I know for a fact that that's who they are, all right, cool. Doesn't matter who you are. That's there to me now at this point. But look, go deeper. Connect with your truest self. Connect with the things that you genuinely want to do. You only live once. If you have an opportunity to make it happen, please make it happen. Don't just pass it up. No. You know what I mean? And when you get the opportunity, do not BS it. Please don't BS it. Actually, I used to feel terrible when I used to do, like, if I was to do these videos and I was to go watch TV or whatever, I feel bad because it's like at one point I wasn't going as unique as I could. I wasn't sharing good details. Oh, I wasn't practicing these things that I was trying to preach. You know what I mean? And to be real, now it's different because now y'all can go back to the videos and y'all can come here and see the new videos is different. I'm posting valuable content. You know what I mean? I'm not just posting anything. I'm actually being unique, being myself on these channels. I'm actually, you know, giving my all. But I'm also on the what they call it, like on the back end, right? I'm reading, I'm educating myself, I'm doing things that is going to improve my section or my online business or whatever you call it, whatever YouTube. I like to call it an online business because it is. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I just try to make it professional. So that's what I've been doing. You know what I mean? I've been investing into it and things like that. I've been investing my time mostly, right? Putting a lot of time and thinking of ways that I can improve and doing things on my own personal time that I can improve. So when I come in front of you guys, I'm speaking things and it's coming as clear as I possibly can make it, right? But yeah, go deeper. This just comes from, like I said, I just explained it, just accessing the key points in your life, right? Get curious, you guys. Get curious came out for the Virgos. Anything's possible. Make sure you guys are curious about that. Make sure that you unleash that curiosity. Like, you know how they say, you know, like, when you're curious, and I'm not saying you gotta go in a danger way, like, oh, what's down that dark alley? Like, nah, like, think smart. I'm just talking about in ways like that are positive, that'll bring out positive results. If you sign up for a career or you do something, find different ways. You know what's funny? Like, I'm gonna give you an example. I used to post a lot of videos, right? Until I found out there was a limit on how much you could post on YouTube. So then, when I figured that out with the 24 hours, I think you could post one video an hour or something like that, or you could post 24-hour stream, whatever the case is, right? I figured that out and I kind of implemented that in my reads now because I do 12 zodiacs because it's 12 reads, things like that. I'm just giving you guys that information to show you guys, like, look, you can sometimes go through little processes and just play around with it and just to see what happens. So because I played around with it and I know, okay, there was a limitation, I couldn't post for another 24 hours, I'm able to use that today, you know, and that's benefited me, you know. So ways that are not going to be life-threatening and not career damaging, but there are also ways that you can advance more. It's like people go gambling. The people that go gambling with their personal money that they need to pay rent, that's wrong. You shouldn't do that because then if you lose, it's not worth the loss. But people that go gambling with money they put aside for gambling, that's a more curious approach because now they're having fun and the potential of them winning is, if they lose, they're not really losing anything at their house because they specifically put it for that. But if they win, you know what I mean? It's more chances to win than to lose. If they lose, it's not going to matter because that was the savings for that. If they win, it's something bigger, right? Something that they don't mind losing to win that, right? So just keep that in mind. Okay, let's see what else we have for the Virgos. The last one we have for you guys is choose your intention, right? Yeah, choose your intention. Make sure whatever it is that you're doing, you have the right passion for it, right? It's nothing worse than starting a task, being in a relationship, doing anything with anyone or any sort of any object or whatever the case is, and you don't have the right mindset, the right heart, the right plan. My goal is to help people. So once I understand, and look, here's the thing, it makes your job, it makes your relationship so much easier, it makes everything so much easier. Because once you know, okay, my job, like for me, my job is to help people. Okay, well, how can I help? Okay, I need to help myself first. So that's why I said I go and I read, I do all this stuff. So when I come to you guys, I appear to be somebody that can possibly help you. Like I'm living what I'm preaching. So now it's like, it makes it so much easier on my behalf because mentally I know that, okay, my bullet point is help people. That is my bullet point. What can I say that can help you guys live a more pure life, just avoid nonsense and things like that. So when I speak, hopefully it helps you guys. So that is my key point. And I want you guys to know your intention. If your intention is to go to a business, if you want to buy a business to make money, then purposely buy that business to make money. Don't buy the business and then expect to work in it because you know you're not going to want to work in it. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to be financially free and you go out and buy a business, fine. Just make sure that you're not putting yourself in a position to work in that business because you know that your initial intention was not to work there. It was to make money off of it. Same thing goes for a career. If you go in that career trying to work there, but you expecting to make money, but you're expecting, oh, I could just work here and make money. No. Oh, no, I think I said the same thing. Okay, let's put it different way. Let's put it this way, right? Let's say you go in a career. I'm gonna do the opposite of the first one I said. Let's say you go in a career thinking, oh, I'm gonna work here or something like that, right? And nah, I don't think there's any way you can really put that different. Because I know the most times people just do things for money and then they end up going in there and not wanting to do the job. But sometimes look, but here's a positive note. See, I mentioned the first one was like a sort of iffy. What if you, because I've had this situation, I would work a job or work a career or something, and I will forget about the money, and then I'll just focus on tasks. And then what happens is my intention is so pure in it that because my attention is not connected to the money, I ended up, now I'm not saying you can't earn finance. Of course, you got to pay bills and stuff, right? Cool. But my intention was so pure in it that once the money was came out of the picture, I could transfer different career choices. You know what I mean? Because my intention wasn't based on the money itself. It was just, I got money. Of course, I was, I would receive finance because I'm there, I'm working, doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm getting rewarded for my good work. But because it wasn't initially directly to finances, moving forward, I could switch careers. I could do because I'm not connected. I'm not like, that's why it's another reason why you're going to get rewarded financially anyway, because that's how we pay currency. So you're not really got to worry about how do I make money? You're going to make money, right, in anything you do. But it's a matter of not connecting yourself directly with that, because then you can switch, right? If I decide to be passionate about construction tomorrow, I'll just go be a construction worker, right? Once you detach yourself from, of course you have to look at your stats and look at how much you're trying to make. That's cool, on a business level. But as long as you're not making passion about the reward, start focusing on just putting passion behind the skill set. And this just comes down to your intention. As I said, if you're gonna have rewards as far as financing, you might as well go buy a business and not work or whatever. Or just make sure that you're not mixing business with pleasure. Make sure your pleasure is what you do, your business is probably the income that you gain from it, right? So I hope that helps. I know I went all over the place, but I just want to let you guys know that choose your intention wisely. Make sure you guys are focusing on that part of it and not the thing that you probably don't even care about, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If there's help, if there's motivated you in any sort of way, give you guys any type of insight. Really need to know you guys' feedback. I felt like I kind of dragged it, but let me know what you guys think. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. I was gonna say yes tomorrow, but I can't say tomorrow because for the Virgo specifically. Check on the videos. You know what I mean? Check on my channel. You'll see more of these videos and stuff every day. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on the next virtual video.